Hello YouTube and welcome to a tutorial where I show you how to make a very cool liquid flow base. And in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make lava out of hot melt glue. This method works on regular bases, any Warhammer 40k bases, or even the ones that have the snap-ons. What you have to do is just remove the snap-on by snipping it, and you could use a cutter. Here's a Chaos Dark Vengeance converted set, but I just snipped those off, and then you file the bottom to make it very smooth. Then you could use the base in different orientations. What you'll need is some stones from the backyard or somewhere, and we can surround the hot melt glue around the stones, or even dip the stones on them and then put the figures on top of the stone. You could use many things here, even heads or severed like hands and guns and anything in the fluid to make it look cool. You're going to need hot melt glue, and be very careful. This can get very hot depending on your gun, and you can hurt yourself. So yeah, this gun is fortunately not that bad, and I can, if with a little bit of care, I could do it. And this is a better method than green stuff because hot melt glue is a little bit cheaper. And don't sniff the glue, guys. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. So we're going to start by doing the stone, gluing the stone on the base, and kind of getting a sense where our figure will stand. So I'm trying to see where he will stand in all of this, and make sure they're both almost the same. You want to make it also easy for the figure to be glued onto the stones / rocks. In this case, I'm going to put the fluid, the glue around the rock, and for the left rock, and then on the right rock, I'm just going to immerse it in the glue. Yo. 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 Yo, 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 yo. So here it is once it's dry, and you can see it does look messy, but once it's spray painted it will look like lava. If you do need to top up with a glue gun, you could go over it one more time and kind of fill in the gaps. And the space in this base, the glue went through. And here's an example of just another one where I put the rock on top of the glue. You got some bubbles, and I also added the little cultist knife and hand. So here we did 6, and as you can see, there are the glue thread coming out of the glue gun on the edges there. Those are very easy to remove. You could use a cutter or using your fingernails. Now these bases are ready to be spray painted, and in the case of this lava project, we're going to use black spray paint as a primer. So here they are painted with black primer and paint, spray paint, and they look great. The paint sticks really well onto the glue, and the rocks look like they're charred, and make sure you have a good even distribution of the paint. The next step now is to introduce the gradient of colors to get the lava look. And we're gonna use acrylic paints and different kinds of brushes. You could see that even the messy ones looked pretty convincing. Even when you have these little threads, they also look as if there are some kind of explosions of lava all over. So you don't have to use the best brushes. You could use dollar store brushes or Walmart brushes, and they could range from whatever you like. And the important thing is that you have to have the colors to get the lava. For lava, I like to have the base to be deep red, and this deep dark red going from dark red to brighter red, and vermilion orange, which is a little brighter red, and then go to orange, bright orange, and then yellow, and then lemon yellow, and then even white at the end. You're going to need some black so that you cover up in case of mistakes, or cover up the rocks. Finally, you're going to dry brush. So here we have vermilion, and we're going to go to bright orange, bright orange, yellow, and then lemon yellow. And finally, white will be our final glow. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So let's get started.
Check this one out.
So here's our first coating of deep red. It doesn't stick well to the glue, but if you use enough paint, the pigment would still look pretty good. So let's go on to a second coating. So here it is after drying up, and this first coating looks a little bit dull, so we're going to add the second coating of deep red, then we're going to go progress to red and orange. And the way we're going to do this is going to work from the outside inside. So as we go towards the center, we're going to increase our brightness to eventually yellow and then white. So now I'm just going to add a second layer, and hopefully it looks better and covers up all this nasty black that's going through. But also I'm trying to keep it from the center to increase the brightness. So even with the same color, you could achieve this type of gradient. And now we're adding bright red towards the center, and remember to always go towards the center as we're adding more colors. Normally I'm going to wait for all the paint to dry, but for the cases of this video, I'm just going to put the orange on top, and I'm going to also achieve a mix between the orange and the red a little bit to get this little nice looking mix. So now we're progressing to orange. Here I'm trying to mix the orange with the red a little bit to get the swirls through the lava. To show you more clearly, we're going to do a different base and just show you that after it's dried up, how does the orange add up. So we're going to focus on this, and we're going to go all the way up to yellow with this specific base. So yeah, at the end, finally, we're going to go to lemon yellow and then white dots to get that sense of brightness. So just to look how the other base turned out, it looks great, and especially when you do the different gradients of yellow and get to lemon yellow and then white, you see it gives that lava look. So now we're going to go on to dry brushing. For dry brushing, we're using an overcast. It's a little bit kind of like gray, just called overcast. It looks a lot like gray. And dry brushing is a technique that if you don't know about it, just look it up. There's a lot of great painters on YouTube. But we're going to dry brush the rocks to give that ashy look, you know. Not Ash from Pokemon. Ash from, like, you know, wake up and smell the ashes. So make sure you get all the paint out of the brush and kind of just get those dry brushing techniques. Very lightly dry brushing will look great. And here it is after dry brushing, and the next final step really is either to get your figures attached, or if you want to add gloss or more paints. But for the purpose of this video, this is the final stage. Now we're going to glue the figure on top. So now all you need to do is just take the figure and glue it to the rocks. I think it looks great. I did use the cheapest paints and was rushing through it without thinning down paints properly. But for the purposes of the video and the demonstration, I think it was good. So you see now it looks pretty chaosy. I'd love to see what you guys do with this. If you change liquids, if you use water, slime, or different stuff, different effects, tweet me your pictures at Bud Maloney. I'd love to see. I'll share them on Google+. And yeah, it's kind of cool effect. So if you like this video, please like the video, subscribe. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank Create, who allowed me to use the first track in this video. Thanks, man. Check out his link in the description below. Please subscribe to him. He's a really good electro, and you should be more active, man. Really need your music. And the second track was made by me, by yours truly. If you want to see more of my Warhammer army, check out my Chaos Theory army on Google+. I also show my previous lava bases, which are a little bit better than this, and I take pictures and my painting progress. Thank you for watching. Bye.